Hello everybody, my name is Camden and welcome all of you amazing teachers out there watching this video. So, can you teach English online with Palfish and live abroad? So if you want to travel, if you want to get out, wherever you are, if you want to get away from the world that you're in and teach English and be free, then this video is definitely going to help you out because I got 10 strategies, 10 things to write down that are really going to help you not only to make your decision, but also guide you in how you can make this more possible. Okay? So first of all, I'm going to already assume that most of you are on Palfish or teaching English online or know about TEFL. So first thing I'll say is you should be on Palfish at least 1, 2, or 3 months. You should understand that you should have people calling you every day. You should be very familiar with Palfish. Now, after about those 3 months, you should feel like, whoa, I've actually starting to make more money, so maybe I could live abroad in Asia. Maybe I could travel around and live in places that are not super expensive. Okay? So the first thing is you need to become more familiar with Palfish before you even think about buying that plane ticket. You can't just jump and go, but you should definitely get more comfortable teaching English online. So that way you set yourself up for success when you move over here. Okay, so that way the momentum will build. Number 2 is you really want to make sure, where are you going to stay? What is going to be your location? Are you going to live in China or Thailand? Or are you going to move to Laos or Cambodia or Myanmar? Now, all these places in Southeast Asia are very different. And some have really great internet connection and some don't really have great internet connection. So I think China and Thailand offer the best of the best. Okay? So number 1, you need to be teaching on Palfish. Create enough following where you can feel that you can move abroad and cover your costs. Number 2 is location. Where do you want to teach? What country? You got to know that. What culture do you like? What language do you want to explore? Because language and culture are going to have a huge effect on your happiness when you move abroad. Number 3 is living costs. Now, you can't expect to know everything, but you're going to need the basics, rent and food and water and transportation and things like that. So you should definitely be thinking about how much things are going to cost, do some research, watch some more YouTube videos from other people about living abroad and how much things costs. I also have a great video on that, okay? So understand how much things are going to cost in the different cities, okay? Because some cities and some rural areas, very different price. So know about these things. Get familiar, do your own research. And then number 5 is, I'm sure everyone out there has Facebook Messenger. People have WhatsApp or WeChat or Line. So WeChat is like the number 1 app in China, WeChat. And then Line, L-I-N-E, is the number 1 thing here in Thailand. So you want to do your best to make connections with people in different countries. I don't care if it's India or if it's Indonesia or Australia or Nepal, China, Beijing, whatever. You guys have got to not just connect with people in the US or Canada. You've really got to Facebook is broad. We've really got to open ourselves up and get to know different people. Okay? There are crazies out there, but I think most of you guys watching this video, you can assimilate and see who's crazy or not. Anyway, so next is, of course, I forget what number we're on. It's not important. High season or low season. Most of the time, people will go to Costa Rica or Nicaragua. It's closer and it's cheaper. We all know that. I did the same thing. But what most of you guys may not be fully aware is that the plane tickets and prices of hotels and food sometimes, a lot of things can be way cheaper, of course, in the low season compared to high season. Typically, Thailand and Southeast Asia, because of the rainy season, basically from like May until about the end of October is rainy season, which is the low season. And then basically from like the end of October all the way until the next of May is the high season because there's not a lot of rain. So plan accordingly. Okay, guys? The next thing you really got to make sure you know about is your visa. Now, it's very easy, but also very complex. So I have had no issues with my visa. When I was in Costa Rica, I've been to Panama and I got re-stamped and I had my visa renewed. Land crossing with the bus. I've done it in Nicaragua and also here in Asia. Every time you go outside of a country, you automatically get your visa renewed for 30 days. Okay? I'll be honest with you. Whether you are working at a school or working online or staying and living abroad like a digital nomad, you're going to need to do visa runs or whatever you want to call it. I just call it traveling outside the country to see something new as a tourist and then coming back to wherever you want to go. That's all it is. So just know, do some research on visas. If you guys have any questions about visas and China visa or Thailand visa, just let me know below, guys. I'd love to help you out. I got a lot of experience in this field. I've done the 12, 13-hour bus drive from Bangkok to Vientiane, Laos, and back. The next day, I've done it. Okay, I've slept in an airport in Malaysia. Okay, I've done it. All right, guys. So anyway, visas. You know, it's a process, and that's a big topic right there. But overall, if you guys want me to touch on some visa questions, please ask me below. Okay, know about visa rules before you fly, before you start traveling. It's very important. You don't want to get yourself in a situation where you're going to be overdue or you're over the limit. You don't want to put yourself in those type of situations. You always want to be early with getting your visa renewed while traveling and living abroad. Okay? Next thing is, save a little bit of money. This is something that I really have been horrible with. This is why sometimes I have to borrow money and then pay people back. Hey, this is transparency. This is real deal. Okay? But now, for the first time in my life, I'm starting to save money. A little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Why do you need to save money living abroad? Is because, of course, emergencies. You never know when you might have to leave the country. And, of course, you got to save money for these visa runs. You got to do that. Save your money for the visa runs. It's not expensive, but they can add up over time and sometimes be a pain in the butt. Okay? But overall, you need to be grateful because you're living abroad and you have a huge opportunity over here. Okay? So keep that layer of gratitude. Keep that level of appreciation when you're doing the whole visa process. Okay? It will go a long, long way. Just have respect for people in China and Thailand when you're doing the visa. Everything will be really, really smooth. At least it has been for me. I've been polite and respectful. Okay, next is you get to travel more. So let's kind of switch it up. We got like really serious right there for a minute. You guys can travel. You know, that's not so much well, it is a strategy because it can make you more marketable. When your students and your followers see that you're traveling, it's not like the old days of like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be gone for 3 days. I can't teach. You can teach in your hotel as long as you have a strong enough Wi-Fi connection on your phone or your iPad. You can get a SIM card and run it on 4G, whatever it is. You have the freedom to travel and to be on Palfish. It's a dream come true. It's really amazing. And I hope that more of you guys are going to take the advantage and the opportunity that you have. Okay, so of course, you get to travel. Don't forget that. That goes along with the whole visa thing. That's kind of like a dance together. You know, I have to do the visa run, but I get to travel. But what you eventually want to do is you can have enough money saved up so where like if you do have to go outside the country and then come back, you can stay for maybe 3 days or 5 days and really enjoy yourself. You know, you don't have to be rushed and stay at some kind of crappy hostel. Save your money, do the right thing, and stay someplace nice and clean so you can stay teaching. Okay, guys? And bring a little travel light with you. That will help. All right. Next thing is transportation. So this is like strategy number 9. For me, I already said this, I don't recommend motorcycles. They're super dangerous. They kill people. And they're super loud and noisy. Oh my gosh, like that's the one thing I really It's super annoying. I sometimes don't even want to go outside because I'm like, just get me inside here. It's quiet. So don't add to the noise in Thailand. Please don't do that. I say in Thailand because in China, they got it on electric. When I went there, the streets were quiet. I'm like, what the heck? Like, I thought it was going to be crazy and noisy. It's quiet on the roads and the streets in China. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to tell you guys is this. If you're going to move abroad and live abroad, you can stay at some hostels to kind of get you going or something. But if you're going to make this into a long-term thing, you got to set yourself up with an apartment or some type of condo. So that's going to take some research. You got to know how much things cost. It depends on where you're going to stay. You're going to live in Bangkok or Chiang Mai or in the beach area of Thailand. Do you want to be a teacher and live close to the beach? Do you want to do it in China or Bali, Indonesia, or Laos, whatever? That's up to you. But you've got to understand that you're probably going to need to pay 3 months. In Thailand, you got to have 3 months of the month. 3 months pay in order to move in. So you got to be prepared. You know, I just jumped into everything. Cold, head, cold water, no warm up. And everything worked out because I had some factors in place and people were generous enough to help me in some situations. And it's because of my value. It's because of my karma. I'm constantly helping people every day, trying to solve people's problems. And, if you guys out there, I just want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate it. The views and the likes and the comments and the questions. It just really impresses me and it motivates me. I want to keep making these videos to help you guys out there, and not just every time how to make money and all that stuff, but really tell you guys some real ish, and that's who I am, because I don't want to be up here just saying it's so great to be here and it's so great to do this, and there's some things you got to be, unfortunately, a bit realistic about. You can stay in the fifth dimension. You can stay in your dream world, but there are some things you got to do to set yourself up. Okay, guys? So that pretty much finishes it. I think that you can live abroad. I think that you can teach English on Palfish, live your dream and travel and meet people and do what you love to do every day. And that's what I'm doing. And I hope that you have that same opportunity. So believe in yourself. If you have any questions, let me know. Hit that subscribe button. Come on, people. Give it a thumbs up, share with some teacher friends, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thanks so much. Have a great day.